He's much rather go to sleep. So guys, I think it's been a while since I've done a little video like this where, you know, I go on camera and I talk a little bit about things, but I've been a bit quiet on my TikTok and my Instagram lately, and I think a lot of it is purely from just a little bit of extra focus on my dentistry, you know, just spending that bit more time with family. And also, funny story, but I think it was last year where I make a lot of Punjabi videos and, you know, these like TikTok videos, and it's all about translation of medical terminology or whatever it may be. And, you know, I've gained a huge following from it, which I'm so grateful for. But I had this one incident where someone didn't really like my approach with that, and they started using language such as, you know, you're a dental professional and there's a legal body behind you and there's this and there's that. And it got to a point where I thought, like, I am a dentist. I don't earn money from content creating. I don't live off a wage from this. You know, I have to show up to work. I earn my income. I pay the bills. I support family through my dentistry. Now, without that, I won't be able to earn anything. I won't be able to support the family. I won't be able to look after my family. So I need that. Like, I'm not someone who's got multiple streams of income. Inshallah, one day, you know, you aim for that. And it got a little bit difficult. You know, I deleted the video. There was just a few situations where I thought, you know, I can't deal with it. There was, you know, it's a bit difficult, man, to talk about it because content creation is not my life. But it was that moment when I realized that if I want to be free and kind of do certain things the way I want to do it and make these funny videos, which a lot of people love and appreciate, from dentists to medical professionals to non-healthcare professionals to wherever it may be, and it's reached every corner of the earth. Honestly, like, I've got fans in Australia and I've got people in Canada. It's like, it's mental. And I'm sitting back and I'm thinking, if I continue this, I can't afford to have someone threaten my career where I could potentially lose everything I worked hard for. Do you understand what I mean? So I kind of slowed it down. I got a little bit anxious making videos. I started to overthink a lot of my content. I started to force a different path, which I wasn't really too comfortable with, just to kind of maintain the consistency of my content. And then eventually, you know, you just kind of sit back and you think, you know what, I need to find alternative means. But yeah, man, you know, what you're seeing based on my sort of day-to-day of what I've shown you before is just me having fun besides the Desi Punjabi-ness. You know, I might be able to find the courage to eventually make those kind of funny videos, which I still do, but I'm very, very careful and selective with what I say now. Before I was still selective, you know, you want to make it appropriate, but at the same time I didn't overthink it. So yeah, man, it's just incidents like that. I don't want to dive too deep into it. Maybe one day I might, but yeah, incidents like that, you just think, yeah, it's not worth it, man. Focus on building your brand, but build it in a different way, maybe. And I've done it, I've shown it, not just through Punjabi Desi videos, but also through like my dentistry platform where I do educational videos, whatever it may be. But let's see where the adventure, you know, takes us. Huh? How much tomato sauce do you want? Get it right, get it right. Ooh, ooh. So we're about to cook up that recipe that you guys have just witnessed, which I didn't really explain well. We're about to cook it up again. I'm on a bit of on a diet kind of flex, but you know, let's try to motivate ourselves and get into this sort of diet situation. It's all about motivation, lifestyle, health, fitness. We're getting older, we're not getting any younger. We need to make sure we look after ourselves and we look after our health. So, you know, let's enjoy this meal. So cottage cheese is not my favourite. I don't like it. If I got a spoon in there and let's just say I shoved it in my mouth, I'd hate it. But based on that video and based on my trial from the other day, adding it to this and putting it in the oven and actually cooking it, it's actually quite nice. So, and it obviously adds protein, I hope anyway, unless I watch the wrong video and it's like the worst thing ever. But I'm gonna add protein to mine. But when I mean protein, I'm gonna add the cottage cheese to mine just like this. Spread it across. I don't do too much, you know, because yes, I'm a big fan, but I'm not that brave. I'm not a fan as much as other people are when it comes to cottage cheese, and I don't want to be too brave. So I just want to do it nice and easy. Once you do that, sprinkle across the cheese, mozzarella. I don't know how healthy this is, but it just adds that bit of pizza vibe to it. Nice little pizza vibe. And just chop it up like that. No, I'm joking, don't you? I'm not a chef. But just little pieces. You know, just add to it. A little chicken pizza. But obviously make sure it's cooked, because it's only going to go in the oven for about 8 minutes, and chicken does not cook in 8 minutes. And if it does, then you're using some crazy fryer that could possibly do the job, but not a flipping oven in 8 minutes. So you chop it like this. Don't know what that piece was. You know, it's not something that's going to fill you up after a 12-hour shift at work, but it is something that, you know, late night maybe you're just craving a little snack, and you want to have something that's just got like a decent source of protein. Sourdough is really good for you as well. Obviously I wasn't working as a dentist because of COVID itself. I just developed this passion for it. I don't know what it is. Like, I learned from my mum, her recipes. I just wanted to copy her. I wanted to help her in the kitchen purely because she did a lot of work, and I thought, you know what, if I've got the time, I'm not working, why not just help her? We went from cooking one day to second day to 3 days, and then almost every day I was cooking. Then I was like thinking of recipes and then just practicing, and then over time I just got more and more passionate for it. And then yeah, it went from literally 1 or 2 months of cooking to now 6 years later, and I'm still doing it. And I remember my mum telling me, she goes, you're gonna get bored of it. But I don't know, man. I feel like when I'm in the kitchen, it takes my mind off dentistry. It takes my mind off like the stress of work, the stress of everything. I don't know what it is. When I'm there, it's almost like I'm a dentist and I get to be all strategic and planning and intricate and detailed with what I do, but without the dentistry. But I get to apply all that dexterity and skill to cooking. Feeling fresh. Just trying to see what you're I can sit there the whole day, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, practicing dentistry. It's just having that break and then just stepping out on a Tuesday at like 7 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock. Do you know what I mean? Going out getting coffee and just chilling, and you just feel like, whoa, like there's more to explore out there. That's why I make content. So it's not just about dentistry in the four walls, but it's about, I could talk about dentistry with the camera on the street and give information and value to other people in it. But I think if I get myself a good routine, like if I work out, I organize just things around me. It could be dental stuff, it could be just like stuff about the house, it could be, you know, a workout plan. But you know, when you're just organized and you declutter everything that's in your brain, and you just feel like, oh, I could go to work tomorrow and I feel good. No, I can go to work tomorrow and then randomly my dental camera's not working because I didn't order the batteries that I should have, and then I forgot to order that equipment that I should have, and then I forgot to do this and that, and then before you know it, it's like, what the hell, man, I've got too many things. And you feel stressed, and you're so stressed, you don't do it. And then when you don't do it, you don't want to do it because you're too stressed to do it. But obviously, I think for me, when you're trying to chase perfection, it's very normal to overthink, because all you want is everything to be perfect. So then you overthink every detail, and then when it's not perfect, it doesn't go right, or someone isn't happy with something, or you're not happy with something or an outcome, then you naturally just feel like, oh, what the hell, man. Then you start overthinking it. Whereas you should just accept it and be like, look, it's cool, don't worry, brush it off, move on to the next. So guys, we've come out to a local spot called Frankie's. I think they changed the name to Franksters, to be honest, but we still call it Frankie's. I'm on a bit of a healthy vibe at the moment, so I'm gonna get some grilled chicken, some sweet potatoes, maybe get a bit of coffee after. So let's see where this healthy journey takes us. But I've had a bit of time off from work for the last 2 weeks. Supposed to be going on holiday, but obviously didn't happen because of Trump, unfortunately. But being on a bit of a chill, being a bit of a adventure, trying to take the mind off work, and then we smash it out this week once I get back to work. I don't want to, but gotta be done. So I'll show you what my meal looks like. I'm gonna quickly head out and go grab it. You know what, these lots peri sauce and the garlic mayo is 10 out of 10. Grilled chicken, nice. Dip it right in this. Just let me know when you're done.